Hey guys, Jay here. So I want to make a quick video talking about what I kind of like plan to play as the first character for the POE2 next patch, the Druid patch basically. Well, there's a lot of mixed feeling about this league. Personally, I think it's just exactly what I need. I don't really care that much about the end game right now because I have no real insane amount of time to spend on the game to grind an end game for a build. And what I want to do in the game from the first place is actually just to try and play as many things as possible. So I want to play the wolf, I want to play the bear, I want to play the wyvern, and I want to play all the new spells and stuff. I want to try everything new. Basically, that is my approach to the game. I want to learn as much as possible, and I want to experience as much as possible as well. Because some of the things might be changed and will never return in the future. So it might be the only chance for anyone who want to experience something in the game, as good or as bad as it is. And so my first character is going to be a Pathfinder, and I am going to be a Wyvern Pathfinder. So yeah, here is a little bit of the just the trailer. But anyway, let's just get a little bit more into the game. So we go into Path of Exile website and we get into the patch node. And I really want to play the Flame Breath or Flame Throw. I think its skill is called Flame Breath for the Druid. Let me see if we have the Path of Exile 2 here. Here, pathofexile2.com. So what I want to play and what I liked the most is the Flame Breath, which is this one. Okay, here. So Flame Breath is the ability from the Wyvern, and you can see it is literally going on the side here. You just fly up in the air, you just channel, and you just deal like damage to nearby enemies in a very, very cool way. Probably the coolest way possible in PoE. And it can be lightning as well, which is cool, right? So it is an attack. It is a channeling attack. And it has 800% attack speed and 70% of attack damage. So therefore it is more or less 560% damage multiplier effectively. Which scale a little bit better with attack speed, but scale worst with attack damage. So maybe we want to scale like more attack speed, more base attack speed and stuff, faster weapon and those kind of thing. But anywho, I want to be in this state as long as possible. So I want the uptime of this skill to be as long as possible. And the skill here, if we read into it, channeling and after a short amount of time, but will be prolonged by spending rage. So by default, you can channel for 4 seconds. Let's just assume that you can sustain the mana cost, right? I don't think the mana cost is going to be a problem. You can simply have some mana leech, and because it is an attack, right? So you can easily have some leech from gear, and you can get the keystone to get the physical leech to apply to elemental leech, and therefore you can just leech back the mana. I don't think the mana is going to be a problem. The problem to sustain the skill for a long period of time is going to be rage per second. And this is at level 13, 6 rage per second. I would assume probably at level 20, it'll be like 10 rage per second, and even higher level, we should have more rage cost, and then the cost will be multiplied by the cost multiplier of any support gem that you put into the skill, right? So I am expecting around like 20 rage per second cost of channeling. So in order to sustain the skill for as long as possible, we need to either have a lot of rage. We cannot have rage regeneration, by the way, because you cannot gain rage while the skill is active. There's a line here that prevents the character from gaining rage while the skill is active. So therefore, if we cannot gain rage, I don't think we really get a lot of benefit from like the actual rage bonus. So the first thing that I want to kind of take is the keystone. There's a keystone that Mark mentioned in the Zikidi Q&A. There is a keystone that double your rage, but makes you have no benefit from the rage, so no more damage. So therefore, if we take that, we will double the amount of rage, so basically double the amount of rage pool that we can use to spend and extend the duration of the skill. And that is the first thing, very obvious. Obviously, we want to take a bunch of like maximum rage passive as well, which is going to come later. Why I go for Pathfinder. There's a lot of cool things that synergy really well with this kind of idea. I don't know for sure if it's going to work, but still, I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, The next step is, because it is a skill cost, rage cost per second, it is skill cost. So we can improve or we can reduce the cost per second by having some increased efficiency of skill or reduce mana cost of skill or something. But reduce cost of skill or increase efficiency of skill. I think that is the what the stat is, right? So we can reduce the rate of degenning the rage per second, and I think potentially we can go up to like probably around 30-second ish of flaming and just running around, right? So that is cool. And if you look at the demonstration on this side, right, you can see that when you are flying, you can move, and it seems like you are having a heavy movement penalty while using the skill, which is not surprised. A lot of the skill in POE2 have the movement penalty when you used it. So therefore, if we want to move fast, Pathfinder is the way to go because it has a notable that grants you 50% less movement penalty just by the class itself, right? So yeah, we are going to be a Pathfinder, so we can fly around faster. Because obviously we cannot be a wyvern and we ride on a rower. That'll be funny, but kind of lame. And fuck rowers. It's too good. Rower's too good. If you play rower, you're brain dead. I'm sorry, I have to say that. Right. Anyway, let me see here. We want to take a look at the ascendancy changes and why am I going for Pathfinder. So there are a couple of changes for Pathfinder. Contagious contamination is the poison prolife node is removed. Whatever, we don't care about it. And the poison prolife is kind of a wasted point because you can just have it basically almost for free with Herald of Plague. So this is removed. Very good. Actually, let me just pull POE Pathfinder. POE2 Pathfinder, to be specific, right? That is very bright. Anywho, so we no longer have the contagious contamination. So we directly have overwhelming toxicity, which we don't use in this build anyway. And the second thing is practical remedies has been removed, which is this node over here. So we no longer have the practical remedies. We can just directly have the sustainable practice, I think, but I don't care about that either. Running assault now also grant cannot be heavy stun while sprinting. This is not important, but it should feel pretty nice when you sprint around. When you want to sprint around and move, and you don't randomly get heavy stun, and it is kind of it is the annoying part of being of sprinting, right? So we can use running assault anyway. We are taking this anyway, so without the added bonus of cannot be heavy stun while sprinting, well, it's still good, right? Yeah, relentless pursuit. So we will take 4 point into relentless pursuit for unaffected by slow. So chill ground and the temp chain stuff like that is not going to affect the character. That is very nice. Running assaults is going to make us fly faster when we are flame breathing, basically. And Traveler Wisdom now require Path Seeker, which is the new node added new Path Seeker multi-choice ascendancy. So you choose Path of Warrior or you choose Path of a Sorceress. I think I would choose Path of Warrior. Both is kind of roughly the same, but I think Path of Warrior is a little bit better for this build in particular, unless the skill tree changed by a lot. I will show you in a little bit. Anyway, it allowed you to locate to allocate passive point from the start of the sorceress or the start of the warrior starting point, which is really good, right? Because warrior is strength. Right next to strength is strength int, which is the druid, which is the stuff that's supposed to work with the shapeshifting. We don't know what they are yet, but they're supposed to work for shapeshifting. So I think we can have some nice bonuses here there if we want, and if we really want to, we can have some crit stuff from the Pathfinder just naturally anyway. So yeah. Anyway, we can have a skill tree that will start from the Pathfinder. We will get some maybe some damage, some movement speed, some less movement speed penalty while using skills and stuff like that on the Pathfinder side of the skill tree. And then we'll get some damage, some Druid node, maybe some shape-shifting bonus from the Warrior and go up to Druid part of the tree, right? So I think this is very nice for a shape-shifting build. And the Traveler Wisdom, now is the note after the new note here. It grants attribute passive skills offer additional options. So you have 3 more options to choose from, and that is not the strength, int, or dexterity, right? So you have increased damage, pretty good. Increased defense, incredibly good. Increased cost efficiency. Now, I don't think we can get this stat a lot in the game. I rarely, very, very freaking rarely see anywhere this stat. There are some in the passive. There are like very, very little on the passive skill on some of the items as well. But basically, this is a way for you to get a massive, massive freaking bonus for cost efficiency. So I think this will help a lot with reducing the cost of the skill, which means the rate that we are losing rage while using the skill, right? So that is why I think Pathfinder is going to be good. The plan is we are taking the speed stuff, which make the character fly faster while flame breathing, and then we will take the Traveler Wisdom, and then we will take the note that can allow us to get some skill cost efficiency. Depending on how good our gear is, we can spare some attribute points, and yeah, I don't know how much I could get. Maybe, if the Astromantis is also cheap like last league, we can just get an Astromantis and basically have almost all of the attribute requirement fulfilled, maybe with some additional attribute modifier on gear. And then, the rest of the skill tree, all the traveling node is going to be 5% cost reduction. So I don't know how much we can or how far we can push this into, but I would expect at least like 20-25 seconds of flame breathing, and then you stop for 6 seconds. And that is not counting any amount of like reduce cooldown recovery rate or anything, right? So cooldown time is 6 seconds. So I think it's pretty good uptime. Maybe on the cooldown we can use some other skill to just generate rage. I do think we still have to generate rage, and in order to benefit from the last line, which is the empowered breath, which spend rage 50% slower, we will need to use the empowered, which is consume power charge, to empower the skill. So we will need to have a power charge, and therefore we will need to do it in some way somehow. Obviously, you can do it by the like basic skill of the Wyvern. There is one that you eat a corpse or call an enemy and then you get a charge, but I think that is probably not a way to do it in the end game. So in the end game, probably we would do just a normal like what is it? The resonance and combat frenzy setup. Maybe that is just a maybe, all right? That's just a maybe. But because we don't need to generate it very often, that should not be a big problem anyway. There are multiple ways to generate charges and power charges in the game already. So we can just pick one that fit the build the most, and then we just used it. So Flame Breath. Yeah. On the passive skill tree, let's just look at the old passive skill tree a little bit, right? POE, this is POE2 planner, right? No, it is POE1. Let me just put into POE2. So the passive here, I am looking for penalty. So movement penalty is mostly on the side of like Pathfinder and stuff. So maybe if you want to, you can get a bunch of damage, crit, jewel. Maybe if you want to, you can go this side and get the movement speed penalty from using skill. Maybe you just take these note for like mapping and stuff for single target. You can just use another weapon set for that. I don't know exactly. Maybe if we can utilize another weapon set for Wyvern as well. But maybe we will need to use bear form. Or maybe we want to do some nature skill. I'm not sure yet. There's not a concrete plan. The important part is we can start this way as well, which means we can take, like you can see here, fire damage right out of the gate. Very nice, right? A lot of fire damage. Very nice wheel. Fire damage. Very nice wheel. And if you want to, you can take a bunch of like crit stuff over here. If you build crit over here, and obviously this area Right now, it doesn't have much, right, compared to other stuff, other places, which there is a lot of passive. But this area does not have a lot of passive yet. But with the druid coming, I think this will be packed with the stuff that we are going to need for the build to be like better, right? And obviously, the keystone that allow you to have double rage is going to be in this area. So therefore, Pathfinder have a very useful tool now to maneuver on the skill tree without having to spend like a lot of points. And all the travel point that we are doing, as many as possible, is going to be increased cost efficiency, right? So that is just a rough idea of what I have. I will probably start it as a first character. Maybe, you know, right out of the gate we should like mill a I should mill a druid and then get the weapon, and I can start immediately as either wolf or bear, or nature skill as well. So I'm not sure. Maybe we just get a caster weapon and do nature skill, because I think early on, maybe the nature skill, the water and plant meme thing, probably it looks pretty good actually. I think it looks pretty good, and we can do it with some like Fisher shenanigan. Maybe. Anyway, that is everything I have for this video. I just want to share what I think might work well for a wyvern. Maybe on the off time, I think splitting, or early on as well, if we don't have the full setup together, I think doing the what is the rolling magma thing is going to be okay. I think rolling magma is an attack probably, so it looks like it works pretty well with multiple projectiles, right? It just bounce and overlap, and it should deal enough damage, I think. So that is what I am going to use. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you are going to start on the upcoming league. I think it is going to be a hell of a fun league for me personally, because a new class, a lot of new skill. I don't know about the people who care about the end game. I don't know the reason why we need to grind this game to death in this current state of the game. Unreleased, by the way. We have been playing for 4 leagues, but let me remind you, the game is like halfway done. And you are expecting a full-fledged end game that works really well for if you want to grind for like 4 months. That is not going to happen. Fuck it. They need to complete the game. I mean, the fact that they even care about the end game right now speak volume on how much they care about you, the player base. So please, for the love of God, stop being too loud. Stop being too toxic. It's not going to change anything. They know what they're doing. GGG. They know what they're doing. Sure, there are some certain decision is very questionable, and I strongly disagree with I would not say a lot, but a hefty amount of decision that Jonathan, Mark, and anyone at GG is like putting into the game. Like the big map, I hate it. The fact that we use sprint instead of just like increase the movement speed in general, I hate it. The fact that they slap a cooldown into every single thing in the game, I absolutely hate it. Anything cool, slap a cooldown on it. I hate it. I hate it a lot, right? I hate it a lot. Generator spender stuff. D4 get memed on so much on generator and spender. And yet, here they are in POE. It does feels better than generator spender in D4. I'm not gonna lie, but it's still generator and spender. It's still a lame ass concept. That is not how you like incentivize people play combo. Combo is not supposed to be like that. It's not like creating a problem and then sell the solution in the like combo 2-button gameplay. If you use 2-button, it's because it is cooler to use 2-button. It's not because you are required to do it. So, personally, again, a lot of shit that I do not agree at all with the game, with GGG. But in general sense, this game is still freaking incredible, right? If you cannot, I know not everyone is in the same mentality as I am, or as a couple of players. They often like bring up the fact that the league have like low what is it, low retention rate and stuff like that. Fuck it, this people still play it, and people who are slower will still play the league. If you stop being so damn annoying and toxic on the internet, being so negative about the game, having to be so loud about being negative about the game, that affects some people as well. If you don't do it, you will see the fucking cause the retention rate to be higher. Personally, I don't care, to be honest. I enjoy the game, I play the game. When I run out of stuff to enjoy in the game, I stop playing the game. I play something else. It's not like this is the only game in the world. I play a couple of other games on the side. Children cards game, one that I saw from Jazzer's stream earlier, and I played it and I love it. And I climbed to legend rank on it in 2 days. Hey, we need to take a break from from freaking POE, right? I also do like TFT stuff. Often I stop at Emerald every season because grinding further than Emerald take a lot of time. So Emerald is always like my kind of comfortable spot to go for every season. It kind of is the point where I kind of like experience most of the thing about the game as well, and I stop enjoying it, and I just go back to playing POE. So find more stuff to do. All right. I don't need to tell you, and I don't tell you to touch grass, have a family, stuff like that. I have it, but that is not something that is for everyone, right? But if you enjoy playing game, find more games. There are like probably like hundreds of thousands of game at this point. Trash game, AAA game, good game, bad game, single player, multiplayer, whatever. Just find another thing to do. If you don't enjoy this, fuck off to someplace else. And when you feel like it is good enough to come back, come back. That's it, right? I mean, if we dig back something, I'm sorry, Kautorak, the meme and also the tourist thing in the past, I think he got a point, right? I mean, now he is embracing it. I'm one of the people who told him to just like play along with it, be cool with it, and it is what it is. But anyway, I think that term, the tourist term, is not correct for POE2 players who are being for POE2 people or who are being very toxic about the game, about POE2. I think the right term is Karen, right? So stop being a fucking Karen. It's lame as fuck. Everybody hate Karens, right? Except for the Karens themselves. So you are behaving just like a Karen, except it is for a game and not for something IRL. So just go away, please, for the love of God. I know a lot of people in my comment section and people who followed me from very early subscribers, people who I just have like him comment in every single videos that I posted, don't like POE2 at all. So he just stopped playing. And then maybe he shit on it on one single video every league where I like do the video about the reveal stuff and early league content, and he just like shit on it a little bit in the comments in my comment section of a very small video, right? And that is more than enough. That is very healthy amount of complaint. And the complaint is not really harsh. It is very like memey pretty much at this point. And yeah, I think that is what everyone should do. If you disagree with me, know that I disagree with you. So your comment or your idea is invalid to me. I don't care. You should not care about me as well. But I don't care about you. Peace. Like and subscribe. Right.